Hi everyone, it's Kelvin here, and thank you so much for joining me for another cook-along. Now, I hope you're hungry, because today we have a delicious chili con carne for you with jacket potato. Absolutely delicious, let me tell you, absolutely delicious. Very, very simple to make, cheap and cheerful, and I mean, you're gonna really, really enjoy it. So, if you're down to cook this with me, then get yourself prepared and let's get in the kitchen. Right, so here is my wonderful setup. It seems like a lot, but it's all very, very affordable and all very, very simple ingredients that you can get pretty much everywhere. So we'll start off with, got 2 tins of chopped tomatoes. We have different beans and pulses. So I've gone with black beans, pinto beans and green lentils, but you can use any beans that you'd like. Try not to get any with sauce already outside of them. So try and get them just in water rather than sauce, but you can go with red kidney beans, you can go with butter beans, any kind of beans that you'd like. There's mixed beans as well in the store. Any beans that you can get your hands on that you enjoy, get 3 cans of them. And then I've also got garlic over here. I've got vegetable stock, so I'm going to use a stock pot, but you can also use a cube. We'll just be putting it in hot water to make our stock. And then in terms of spices, I've just mixed all my spices up here. I've got half a teaspoon of cinnamon, the chili and the cayenne. If you don't like chili food, or particularly spicy food, then I'd be very careful with these two because they're both very hot. So I've put in half a teaspoon of chili powder and half a teaspoon of cayenne. But if you don't like your food spicy, be careful of this, put less, maybe even a little pinch. I've got 1 heaped teaspoon of coriander, 1 heaped teaspoon of cumin, and some smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon also. I've also got some salt here. And for garnish, we have a lime and coriander. And then we go over to our lovely veggies, our lovely, lovely, tasty veggies. So I've got celery, 2 stalks. I've got 3 potatoes because this is how much myself I'm going to eat. Sorry, I'm going to eat 1 potato for myself, but if depending on how many people you have, usually 1 potato per person. So I'm going to make 3 portions of potatoes. But I've got 2 onions. I've gone with 1 red and 1 white. But yeah, if you like it a bit sweeter, go with 2 red onions. If not, 2 white onions are absolutely fine. I've got 2 peppers. I've gone with red and orange, but of course you can use yellow and green. But these are a bit sweeter, the red and the orange, so I've gone with red and orange. And I've got 2 lovely carrots. And that is all we will need to make this fantastic dinner. So are we ready for some food? Great, so let's get started. First, we've got to wash our hands. So, gonna get some water going. Got soap here. We're going to wash our hands really nice and thoroughly, making sure that we have our hands washed. So, there we go. So, let's get this meal started, shall we? Just gonna dry my hands here. So what I've done is I've preheated the oven to 200 degrees. So I've got my oven set to 200. And that is for the potatoes, which we're gonna start first. So all we need to do with the potatoes is we're gonna get a fork here, and we're just gonna pierce the potatoes like so. So I'm just going to make a few holes in them like this, and that will make sure that they don't explode on us as they heat up. So just get your fork, be really careful here, and just poke a few holes in each potato that you're using. So yeah, do be really careful here, but just a few around the edge should do. There we go. Now I'm going to give them a rinse. Clean the outsides. And then we're just going to pat them dry, because in order for them to get crispy, they need, because I quite like my jacket potatoes with a crispy skin. So in order for that to happen, we're going to just need to pat them dry a little bit, like so. So the next bit is optional. You definitely do not have to do this, but for me, it tastes a little bit better. But please do not worry, you do not have to do it if you're trying to go a little bit healthier. I'm just going to get some vegetable oil out. So you've got this is a cold baking tray, so it's not warm yet, and just a very, very small touch of oil. Look, just putting a little tiny drop on each one, just so it coats the edges of the potato. So I hardly put any on there. And all we're going to do is just make sure we roll the potato around like so, just to make sure that that edge is covered. And again, it will help the edges to get crispy, and also make sure that it doesn't stick onto the baking tray. So that's all we need to do, like that. So it's 200 degrees, it's already preheated, and I am just going to get my tea towel like so. It's all wibbly and wobbly, and just very gently put it into the oven. There you go. So if you just see that, into the oven it goes, and we're going to try and put that in for about an hour, but we'll see. We'll basically have to keep checking on it and see how the skin does, but yeah, usually between an hour. So it's going to give my hands a quick wash. Put oil in it, and now we start with the veggies. So I'm going to turn the heat on my pan. I'm going to go with a 3 for now. So it goes up to 6. So that's about a medium heat. So I'm just going to put a medium on there. I'm going to start with my veggies. So I'm just going to put all the veggies to one side. I'm going to start with our onions. So I've got my knife here. Now remember, if you're using anything sharp, please, please, please get supervision from an adult. Really, really important, because obviously we don't want to hurt ourselves, do we? So, hands, bridge, like so. And we're just going to cut in the middle, like this. So that's that. We can peel the skin like this. So we can peel the skin, and then we can start chopping our wonderful veg. That's the skin peeled. Just going to cut the edge off here. And again with the red onion. And again, it's like our weekly cry. I think we've used onion for almost every recipe now. So we just have our little weekly cry. So maybe if there's anything that's been troubling you over the weekend, well, it's time to let it all out. The onions are going to let it all out. So, fingers nice and tucked in like so. We're going to build that bridge again. Put it on top of this onion, and very nice and slowly, it's not a race, we're just going to chop little dice like this. So nice little sticks, not all the way to the edge, you see, so just up to here, little matchsticks, and then we turn it round like so, And then we do the same again, nice and slowly. No rush. We're just going to very slowly chop the onion. Make sure our fingers are tucked in and we're nice and safe. Like so. Excellent. So that's our first half onion done. And same again. So, fingers like so, tucking our thumb in and making sure we're nice and slow and controlled with our chopping. Again, there's no rush. Let the knife do the work. You don't need to push down too hard. We just let the knife do the work, turn it round, and again, just nice and slow, get a nice dust on that onion. Like so. And so, into the pan, we put 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So let's get a tablespoon out. Mind me while I find a spoon. I appear to have only gotten, there we go. It's got a spoon here. So 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. Right, so we've got 2 tablespoons of oil there. Let that heat up. Go. So I think we're done with the oil now. Put that to one side. And in the meantime, I'll chop my other onion. So same again. Going to cut that skin. Peel said skin. Like so. And one of the things I love about chili con carne is that it's a proper, it takes you back, doesn't it? It takes you back. It's a comfort food. It's a family favourite because you don't really, well, I never really eat chili con carne out. I don't think not that many people eat chili con carne out. It's just like it's a classic home cooked meal. So it really reminds me of just being at home, which is very, very nice. So, same again, fingers tucked in, little sticks, nice and slow, no rush whatsoever. Now you can build a little bridge and cut underneath the bridge, nice and slow, no rush whatsoever. And again, just let the knife do the work. Absolutely delightful. That's half an onion cut. And on to the next one. So nice and slow again, no rush. We're just going to let the knife do the work. Remember, it's really important you get supervision from an adult when you're using sharp things. So there we go. Nice and slowly, no rush. I'm going to chop that onion like so. There we go. And, you know, if you really wanted to, feel free to use the grater method, if that's easier for you. So, now I'm just going to put the onions into the pan. Go. And I think I will use a wooden spoon for this. I'm just going to give it a good old stir. Good old stir. So I've just turned the heat up a little bit. So I'm going to go to 4 now. Just turned it up to 4. So if because it wasn't quite sizzling how I thought it would. So I've just turned it up to 4 now. So that's a medium high heat. There we go. Now we're just going to let that sizzle away while we continue to chop. Oh my gosh, chop the other vegetables. I am crying everywhere. So, celery next. Give them a good old rinse under the tap. shake. There we go. So with celery, I'm just going to cut it in half first. It's a bit easier to work with. Go. So what we're going to do is this with the celery, very, very similar. Just make little sticks like this, little sticks, and then just really slowly chop those little sticks into a dice. There you go, just nice and slow. Be careful here. Make nice little sticks. And then just going to chop those little sticks into what we call diced vegetables. Okay. So, dice away. And again, remember, feel free to use the grater method. There's nothing wrong with grating vegetables. Or, if you have a food processor, might be easier on the food processor because there's a lot of vegetables to cut today. So it'll be very quick in the food processor. So once I've finished with that, I'll just throw them in as well as we go along. So I'm just going to throw in the celery. Give it a good old stir. Oh, it's starting to smell good already. Yeah, there's just so much veg goodness in this. Which is why I wanted to share the recipe. And once you get all the chopping out of the way, it's all in one pan. It's all in one pan. So that's what I really like about this recipe. Not that much washing up to do, which is always a bonus. Although I quite enjoy washing up. So we're just going to make, as I said, little sticks and chop away. Little sticks and chop away into smaller sticks. There we go. Let's got a little dice there. Same again. So remember, let the knife do the work. Move the knife like so, rather than pushing down. Just move the knife backwards and forwards. And you should find it a lot easier to chop rather than pushing down. It's a top tip for you there. Move the knife backwards and forwards. There we go. Got lots of different little sticks here. And we're just going to nice and fine chop away. Like so. There we go. Into the pan you go. Stir that a bit more. Oh, really starting to smell nice now. Very excited. This is one of the fantastic things about cooking. It's just the whole process from start to finish. You get to really enjoy every moment. You can smell it, you can see it, you can hear it. And the best thing is you can taste it at the end, which is my favourite bit. So there we go. Sizzle away. So let's go with peppers now. So again, it's going to give them a good rinse under the tap. So first with peppers, we're going to cut this little green end bit off here. Stand it up, so you turn it round. And we're just going to really slowly come around the edge here so that we can cut around where the seeds are. Like so. So it just means that's a really easy way. So look, all the seeds are here. That's done. And we're left with this. These wonderful things. So, same again. Gonna make little sticks. Remember, we're going to move the knife forwards and backwards rather than pushing down. So forward, let the knife do the work. It's just so much easier. Try and get rid of these white bits. They're just a bit bitter. Okay. So forwards and backwards, really slowly. There's no rush. Like so. So we've got all these little sticks here. Let's peel this white bit off. So nice and slowly. We're just going to go forwards and backwards. And then we have all of these little sticks. So nice and gently, and be careful with this. It's got a big old bundle. We just make our dice like so. There we go. Yeah, it's nice and rough. Don't have to be too careful with this in terms of size and shape. But you do have to be careful with the knife, of course. Okay, so that's one pepper chopped into our wonderful mixture of veg. It's really starting to build now. Look at the story we've got going on. Our vegetable story. Oh, veg is flying everywhere. Oh, smelling very good. Oh. Love the smell. Love the smell. Here we are. So, same again, I've cut this green bit off. So we can stand it up. Stand it up, and nice and carefully, you just got to go around like so. So, here we go. Just got there, just go underneath. Got that, all the seeds are there, and we don't need to do any of the de-seeding, which is great. Of course, you know, you can grow your own peppers with these seeds, so you know, if you'd like to plant your own peppers, make sure you don't throw away those seeds. So, again, nice and slowly, making our little sticks, like so. So that we can turn them into a lovely dice. But there's no rush with this. Absolutely no rush. There we go. There we go. Now we've got our little sticks. We're just going to chop those sticks. Chopsticks. There we go. So remember, watch your hands as you go along. Please be careful. I've sort of made a bit of a hash of this. But yeah. So nice and slowly, just going to chop those peppers in. Oh, that's very roughly chopped. I wasn't joking when I said roughly chopped. There we go. There we go. So in it goes. Boom. Give it a good old stir. And look at the colours. Look at the colours we got going on. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. It's smelling absolutely amazing. Very, very nice. Keep that going. Right, so carrots, we can give them a good old scrub with that off them, and I actually like to grate the carrots. Grate to be great. So I'm just going to chop the ends off, like so. And then I'm just going to grate this carrot. Let's see how we go with this. So, again, anything, because it's still something sharp, making sure that we have adult supervision. Oh, camera up here. Adult supervision with this one. It's going to grate the carrot. It's going to give us that nice sweetness. And to be honest, you know, most of these veg are very sweet. The onions, the peppers, the carrots. Going to add a lot of sweetness to the dish, which is what makes it very tasty. So be really careful with this bit. I'm just going to bail there. Really go for it. Good old grate. There we go. Almost there. Oh, this is just going to be delicious. I can sense it. There we go. That's us done. Hey, look at that. So, I'm going to put this over here, and in goes our lovely carrots. And now, whoa, all the hard work, I think, is done. So give it a good old stir, as we do. And we want to cook that out just for about another 5 minutes, because it's jam-packed full of veg, absolutely jam-packed. And this is going to make a lot of portions. So, you know, we're talking maybe 6, 7, 8, even 9 or 10 portions. So do bear that in mind. It's a big old cook, but one, it's very cheap, and two, what's great about it is that it freezes really, really well. So, you know, once you've cooled it down, once you cook it and cool it down, put it in a Tupperware box, and then you've got dinner ready and raring to go. So, I am going to have a little clean up of my station. And then we'll be back with you in just a second. So I'm going to let this fry away. We're going to have a little clean up, and then I'll be back with you in a second. Veg still frying, so it's only been about a minute. Veg is still frying away. So it's almost time for things to really get moving. Our potatoes have been there for about 15 minutes. They're looking good. Nothing too major to report there. So I was going to start with my garlic now. So just going to finely chop the garlic like so. Again, nice and slowly, no rush. Just going to finely chop the garlic. If you've got a garlic press, now's the time to use it. Don't be shy. Use the garlic press. Nice and slowly, we're going to have our fingers like so we don't cut them. Yep, so we've got our garlic here. And in that goes to the mix. Ooh. Oop. So, making sure all that garlicky goodness into the pan. I'm just going to recut this big old chunk. Cut that very well. So in that goes. Give it a good old stir. that garlic, and then now you can really start to smell the goodness. Yummy. Yummy. Okay, so in the meantime, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that to fry for 1 minute. I'm just going to boil the kettle. So, got the kettle here. I'm just going to boil some water. So we're going to need about a pint of water. It's just over 500 mils. So I'm just going to boil the kettle. And that's for our stock, which we'll be using. Okay. So, there you go, the lights turned on. Kettle was boiling. And now, here's where things start to get very, very interesting. We're going to add our spice mix. Hooray! Are you ready? I'm ready. So what I forgot to do is add salt to the mix. So put 1 teaspoon of salt into the mix. So here we go. Who's ready for the spices? Oh, it's really the flavours are going to hit you. The smells, the fragrances are going to hit you. Here we go. Dust it. Dust all the lovely veg in that mix. And instantly, you get that hit. You get that absolute hit of fragrance, of spice. Oh, I'm died and gone to food heaven. Oh, it's wonderful, wonderful aromas. Really delicious. Woo, that smells absolutely fantastic. Really, really does. Wow. It just hits you, that fragrance from the coriander and the cumin. Gonna take a nice whiff there. Absolutely delicious. Lovely. So we want to fry out those spices. We give them this good old toss for about a minute. So you really want those spices to brighten up. Of course, you don't want to burn them, so you really got to keep stirring the pot. Because it's good to cook out these spices just a little bit to really get them going. It really brightens up the spices. There we go. Good now. So, next we are going to add our chopped tomatoes. So can in. 1 can. Hear that sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. It's always a good sign. Yum, yum, yum. 2nd can. In it goes. Hey. Lovely, lovely. Oh, now it's starting to resemble something that we're more familiar with. Lovely jubbly. And then next, we're going to make our stock. So we've got a little stock pot here. We put the stock pot into, if I can open it, put the stock pot in, and this makes about 500 mils of stock. So in it goes. What I'm going to do is quickly rinse out these tins. Please be careful because obviously the water is really hot So just give it a good old swirl. Make sure you don't burn yourself, so touch the top here. Don't fill up to the top. So just pour a little bit of water in. You might want to get an adult for that bit. Swirl and in, like so. That looks like just about the right amount of water. So scrub everything from the sides. And obviously we want the stock pot to melt. So give it a good old mix. I'm going to add a little bit more water. Like so. And that, let's give it a good old smell here. Oh, that smells good. And that is us done for a while. So we're going to let that simmer for 20 to 30 minutes. I'm going to add a little bit more water. I think that's right. Here we go. So can you see that consistency there? That's what we want. So we're going to simmer that for 20-30 minutes. Remember, we have the potatoes in the oven. So we're going to have to keep an eye on those potatoes. They've been in now for just over half an hour. But we're going to keep an eye on those. And around the hour mark, you know, between an hour and 15, that's when we want to take them out. So keep an eye on, don't want to burn them, but we want that centre to be nice and creamy while the skin on the outside is crispy. So just keep an eye on it, and however you like it. Yeah, that's how you should keep it, but yeah. So yeah, we're going to let, can you see that little bubble here blipping away? So we want to let that blip away for a good 20 minutes and stir occasionally. And do your best not to eat it at this point. It's only going to get better from here. So I'll come back to you guys in about 15-20 minutes, and then we can get the rest of the meal moving. So keep an eye on it. Keep it stirring every so often, and the smells are just gorgeous because it's sweet, it's spicy, it's got all the things that you want. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. What I forgot to add before I let it blip is some oregano. So please put a teaspoon of oregano as you let it blip. There we go. There we go, that's okay. So oregano in. Don't forget about the oregano. Oh, that's giving it a lovely fragrance. So yes, once we get this to a simmer, then we add the oregano. There we go, I'll be back with you in 10 minutes. Blip, blip, blip. Righty ho, let's have a look at our sauce, and it's just thickened up really nicely. You can see when I stir, you might not be able to see because it's so steamy. But yeah, it's thickened up really nicely now. And this is almost where we want it to be. So it's been about 15-20 minutes since I've left you. So here we are at this point. So this is very, very nice indeed. So here is the final bits that we've got to do to finish off our lovely, lovely meal. So first of all, I'm going to take out the potatoes. So I'm going to turn off the oven. And remember, it's going to be very, very, very hot, so we're going to be very careful. And here we are, lovely potato, and we're just going to leave it there to cool down, because that's going to be incredibly hot, so be careful with the potatoes. So take the oven glove off. And now we're going to, we've got our beans here, beans, beans, beans. So it's going to drain them first. So I've got my lentils here, which is a pulse. In it goes. So this is where all our protein's coming from. Then in goes our pinto beans. Get all the goodness out. Give this a rinse. So I'm going to get cold water and rinse the beans. In goes the black beans. Yummy, yum, yum. So making sure we rinse out the cans because there's still bean goodness in there somewhere. And making sure that if you can, recycle your tins, of course. Give it a good old shake, a lake, like so. That bean goodness, look at that. It's going to do us very well. And in it goes into our chilli. Hooray! Making sure we get all of them into our lovely chilli mix. And there we have it. We are pretty much done. So we are just going to heat all of these beans and pulses through. So we want to get all of that nice and warm. So it's going to cool the pan right down. So we want to heat this for about another 5 to 10 minutes. Should warm through in no time. And then of course we're going to check for seasoning. There we go. Oh, look at that. Full of goodness in there. So there we go. So we're going to leave that to warm up like so. So let that warm through. I'm just going to actually leave the lid on. So it'll just warm through quicker. In the meantime, we can get all of our extras ready. So I forgot to say, I've got avocado here as an extra. Very, very optional. You do not have to have this, but I'm just going to add a bit of health into the mix. I've got a coriander here, and of course a lovely lime, which adds a little bit of a acidic kick to proceedings. So first of all, just going to chop the limes. So I'm going to do half, and just going to do a wedge, so half again. So I'm just going to do a little wedge like that. That would be perfect for our meal. And then the coriander. I've rinsed this already. I've given it a good rinse, so it's a little bit old, this coriander. So I'm just going to get some of the fresher looking leaves, shall we say. There we go. And just pick it like so. Just going to pick the leaves. So we have nice, tasty coriander. Into our meal. And of course you can skip this because I know a lot of people do not like coriander. So if you're one of those people, do not put coriander into the meal. So there we go. It's lovely, lovely coriander. So I'm going to pick it gently. And of course you can put the stalks in if you enjoy that. I think it's just a little bit too sharp, so I just leave it out for now. But the stalks can also, of course, be eaten and are very tasty. So, there's the coriander. Lovely. It's all coming together now, all this hard work we've put in, and we've had to smell it for absolutely ages. And now it's the best bit. It's when we get to put it all together and construct it ready for a delicious, delicious meal. Right, so back into the bag we go. So with our coriander, just going to very roughly chop, like so. Very, very roughly chop. Okay, so we've got our coriander ready for garnish. That's going to be delicious, I think. So our potatoes are still probably very hot, so do be careful. Please do not touch the potatoes for a while. Oh, and look at that. It's started to heat through nicely now, so our beans are heating through. Right, so shall we see where we're at with this? So what we're going to do is very, very carefully, so get an adult to do this because it's going to be very, very hot. I'm going to taste it, so I'm going to taste it here. So I'm going to blow it many, many times. Very nice. Wow. I actually do not need to add any more seasoning. So, if yours is tasting a little bit bland, feel free to add a little bit of salt. Of course, be careful with the salt, because you can always add salt, but you can't take it away. But that is actually perfect. Very, very nice. So, in that case, I can turn the heat off. Ta-da! So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this for 5 minutes, just so our potato cools down, and let it sit for a while, just to let all the flavours develop, and then we'll get ready to plate up. Hooray! Right, everything has cooled down now. The potatoes are okay to touch. It's been about 10 minutes. I've let this settle. Oh, all the flavours are just, oh, it looks divine. So I'm just going to prepare my avocado. Go all the way around with a knife. Let's take the sticker off first, probably. Okay. So all the way around, twist like so. Oh, perfectly ripe. And then we're going to take the stone out again. You can plant this if you'd like. And we are going to scoop out the avocado with a spoon, like so. Oh, delicious. I'm just going to really carefully slice up that avocado. Oh, smells gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to try and keep that as together as possible, just purely for presentation wise, but I think when it comes down to it, it won't look quite as appealing. Right, so here we go. So I've got this potato, still warm actually, even though we've taken it out a long time ago, which shows you just how important it is to leave it. And knife in, open it up like so. Oh, look at that. Very good. Look, you can still see it steaming, so really be careful at this point. So I want to add the potato here. Okay, so I'm going to just fan it out a little bit. Like this. Okay. So we can still see the potato. Now, oh, Just a good bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add most of this actually, most of this coriander into the mix, okay? So add that most in there. Give it a good old stir. So it's really starting to smell fresh now. Good old stir. Like so. So we're going to get our ladle, ladle it on. So big old ladle like so. As you can see, I'm just going to spoon it right here into. Oh, look at that. Look at that, just a little bit more. Spoon that out onto our. Okay. Oh, that looks very nice, doesn't it? Now we're going to top it off with some of that coriander that we chopped, a nice little sprinkle on top, like so. There we go. Oop. Right, nice little sprinkle. And then we've got our wedge of lime, which I have put here. So we're just going to add that lime with it. Where should I put it? Put it here. Yeah, put it here. Okay. And that. Let's get avocado. Last but not least, the avocado. Careful with this point. Just flip it round like so. I'm just going to. Yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? There we go. Ooh, lovely. Oh, that looks pretty good actually. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more of the coriander, like so. I'm going to top it off with black pepper, which is in here somewhere. Top it off with some black pepper. And we have got ourselves a gorgeous, an absolutely gorgeous meal right here. And that is going to feed us very, very well. I can tell you that much. Well done, everyone. I hope you enjoy the meal. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the cook along. I really do hope you enjoy the meal. Oh, I cannot wait to get stuck into this. Send us photos if you cooked it. We'd love to see all your photos. We've been sent in loads of great photos of you cooking along with us, so please do keep sending them in. I really hope you enjoy the meal, and I will see you again next week for another really tasty recipe. Have a lovely day, and we'll see you very, very soon. Bye!